Okay. Husbandos. This is gonna be a really interesting list. Nekomaru. So he's not S. He's not S. And let me explain why. As somebody who just spent 2 days straight in the bathroom, that's not what I want in my husband, who like consistently could blow our bathroom to smithereens. Other than that though, he's super nice. He's all about like being positive, good physique, good sense of style, can protect you, but that bathroom thing is a huge problem. Feel like I couldn't take him in public. Kaito seems like he would be quite a good, quite great as a husband. He presents well. He's very good at doing things subtly. That a type of technique that is lost on many people in real life. That like help bring you up and you don't even know it, which is really that's some talent right there. He's presentable. He will try to protect you, although I think in most cases he'll get his ass whooped. But that's fine. I just want the effort. You know, that's what's most important to me. Great color scheme, great sense of color. Hair is awful. Hair is absolutely god-awful. We would have to do something about that hair. Also, get a fucking goatee instead of just the bottom goat. Add a stash or something else, because just this with nothing else long term does not look good. It's fine for his, you know, he's 19 or whatever. Yeah, eventually you're gonna have to do something with that. You can't be 30 and that's all you got. Get like the Johnny Depp going. That never looks bad. Wait, who is this? Is this Hajime? No, Hajime's here. Wait, who the fuck is this? He doesn't have Johnny Bravo hair though. In fact, if anything, you could say like he has the opposite going, because it's like going back this way instead of going like upwards this way. Oh, the principal? Ooh. That's rough. The problem is that and this isn't a bad thing, mind you, but in terms of like being married to someone, he puts the good of everyone else above the good of his family, which again isn't a bad thing, and his family is actually kind of a part of that too. But like what happens is that the family might also get hurt because of that sort of approach. I mean, he's kind of generic looking, but he seemed very confident, very competent at his job. But we don't also know a ton more than that, other than he died. So like it's this weirdly balanced kind of situation. Like like Kyoko can only look back and kind of be proud of her dad for what he did, but like it doesn't make up for, she still feels like that wasn't the father she wanted, right? Or could have used at that point in time. Taka is annoying. But at least he'd get shit done. He's probably gonna be successful in life, so that's good. He'll stand up for you. He's annoying as fuck. I don't think he's much of a looker. Sense of style's a little too militaristic. Reverse Johnny. Yeah, there you go. Gundam's great. He's super interesting. I don't know if that would eventually get annoying, but for someone like me, I don't think it would for a very long time. I love his over-the-top sense of style. He's good with animals. He'll protect you. He's hilarious. My biggest problem with his outward appearance is his hair is stupid. But it's also, there's a lot you can do with it, you know. Yeah, it's a little less, because it's more just like straight, right? So yeah, like I said, the only real downsides to Gundam is that the shtick could get annoying after a while, but I don't really know when that would happen. And that is very dependent on the person. Some people are gonna hate it right away. Also, he's not afraid to wear eyeliner. Good for you. Confidence. Chihiro's dad seems fine. Kind of like your unassuming nerd, but he's really good at his job. Sense of fashion's awful, but he's not bad looking. Seems nice. Seemed like he cared about his son a lot. But there just isn't anything spectacular about him. Rantaro. I don't think we know enough about him to put him too high. I love his sense of style, though I'm not a huge fan of his hair, because the color's kind of awkward. His voice is Johnny Young Bosch, so I mean, he's got a smooth-ass voice. He also won the game before, so he must have some skill that we just don't really see. He just fucking dies right away. He's got a bit of a dark side to him, which is kind of hot as long as it doesn't get in the way of the relationship. But yeah, like I said, I just don't think there isn't enough known about him beyond just us speculating that could put him above like higher B. I mean, even if fucking the robot bear wasn't illegal, he is absolutely a god-awful annoying. Kid can't. You just can't. There's no way for that to actually happen. Cannot deal with his voice. Cannot deal with his voice at all. Also, those beady fucking eyes. I respect the fro and the facial hair. The fucking beady eyes and the voice are just entirely... I could not look at the person during sex or listen to the person when they talk. Robot bear. Wait, who's... Oh. Also awful. Because, fuck, what's his name? Izumi? What's his fucking name? 7-1, I mean, he probably has a gigantic dick if that's all you care about. I'm also not huge on living on farms. Given that he's the ultimate farmer, that's not the lifestyle I want. Izuru! Thank you. I keep forgetting his fucking name. He wouldn't care about you. You would bore him. He is literally good at everything. You could not win an argument against him. I don't even know why you'd be there, quite frankly. I can't see that actually happening. But if for some reason he was interested in me, at least he looks better than and speaks better than the fucking ultimate farmer. But yeah, Izuru doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about anybody. He didn't care about anybody. He's bored. Everything bores him. That's what he would tell you on a daily basis. Boring. You're so boring. Why is everything so boring? Like, maybe one benefit is that you can get like a super kid from him if you actually manage to get pregnant. That's all some people care about. Byakuya. Very wealthy, very competent. If he says he's gonna do something, he's gonna do it. Very successful, super arrogant, has a very sadistic side that's like kind of to the point of, you know, I feel like I have my own, well, mine's a more, I guess, this masochistic side. If he'd even bother getting in the bed with you, he would just think it'd be boring. Byakuya, I'd also always be worried about, like, he's looking for someone else. But he's attractive. Pulls off glass as well. That's a very risk reward type situation. It could be amazing and it could be absolutely terrible. Makoto has a few issues with him. He's really short. And is a little too down on himself too often. He's really fucking smart. I actually really love his fashion sense. I'd never seen a hoodie and a blazer before, and I thought he pulled that shit off. He's very presentable. Not somebody you're gonna be embarrassed to show to the parents. Although he's probably the type of dude that's gonna be like, fear your father. I mean, he's attractive. He's just not supposed to be anything like amazing either. Like that's kind of the shtick. But yeah, I feel like Makoto X person he loves would get really far in life. That's another problem with Byakuya is you have to deal with Toko. Toko would... That would be a problem. But I'm kind of trying to... Because if we're talking about Toko's there, then he's down here. That's just... That's not a situation you can live in. But I'm trying to think of it as a way without Toko being around. Chihiro is an S for sure. Super smart, super personable, super cute. You just want to help him out with all of it. Like, you just want to be there for him. You just want to hug him and be like, dude, it's okay. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. I got your back. You're good just the way you are. Very courageous, despite purporting not to be. Your wealth could ideally be limitless, or theoretically be limitless with Chihiro, considering Chihiro could basically control the world's artificial intelligence if he wanted to. Oh yeah, he'd be like one of the greatest exercise partners because he's like down to he's like, let's do it. Not gonna be your greatest protector, obviously, unfortunately. But I don't really hold that in high regard. What I would hold in high regard is the spirit and attempt. Like, can I rely on you to try to protect me? This dude definitely has the biggest dick of anybody on this list. What's his fuck? He has a cool name too. I forget his name though. The problem is I don't know what his face looks like, and I really don't want to be fucking a bull. I just assume he probably looks pretty good under that face, but that's a huge leap. Well, there you go. Apparently Halucha has his face for me. But yeah, he's huge. He's very righteous. I think the bull's cool. I just don't want you wearing that when we're, you know, having sex. He backs up his bark. Like, he's pretty, and he doesn't have a shitting problem. So he's like Nekomaru, except fucking, he's not even around for that long, but the impact he makes, I don't know. But I might have to go with the same thing as Rentaro and say, well, I can't really put him higher than B just because he wasn't around for very long. Okay. Okay, he's got to do something with that. Like, he's trying to do the Johnny Depp, but his mustache got to get a little thicker than that. I mean, he looks fine. I wouldn't say he's hot. Yeah, like, he's fine. That mustache got to get thicker though, because right now he has that, like, I'm this really buff dude but can't grow hair on my face situation right now. I cannot stand him. I cannot stand him. He obviously has some potential if he really loves you. The problem is that he'll never admit it to you. He's just an asshole. He's attractive, and I love his sense of style, but he's a fucking asshole. I just can't deal with that sort of fucking person. I'm a big communicator, and he is god-awful at communication. Well, but it doesn't matter. If we're just talking about a husbando, that just means, like, it doesn't matter what I am. I could be a male, I could be a female, whatever fits their personal preference. So him being gay or bi doesn't really have any impact on this. Because, yeah, if I were a woman and a person who was gay would be pretty low on the husbando list, right? Because they wouldn't be interested in me. But this is just, you know, yeah, he's a fucking dickhead. Hits kids, like, fucking, fuck off. I mean, he's old. His dick shriveled. At least he's successful, I guess. He's very conceited and manipulative. But at least he can come off as pleasant. I don't know, maybe he actually has a wife and kids that... Because, like, at the beginning, he actually seems pretty good. Like, before all the shit goes down, he actually seems like he's a pretty good dude when he's, like, on the board of the school or whatever. But yeah, probably can't have any kids with him, so that's a problem for me. I want children. Oh, you are a fucking champ. You are. Great sense of style. Attractive. Does the right thing for his bestie. His only thing is it implied that his thing with Kyoko is mildly romantic, which is not good? I'm not considering myself a male in this situation. If I considered myself a male, most of these people wouldn't want me because they're not gay. So he's pretty high up there. I would say he's a fucking champ. In fact, you... Okay, I will say one problem with him is he's a gigantic alcoholic. It doesn't seem to be in a way that makes him, like, bad other than he's always fucking hungover. And he's kind of a skirting responsibility guy. So yeah, we can't put him at the top, but he's up there. Which, yeah, I wasn't sure. I honestly wasn't sure. Because it could just be like, I see her as like my niece, and I would protect you as though you were my blood niece or something like that. Which, you know, that's fine too. You're fine, but you're also really into yourself. I don't particularly find him attractive. His sense of style is really nice, though. He'd be gone a lot because he's always, like, doing things abroad. Doesn't seem like he really has time for romance. It just makes some really stupid decisions for somebody so smart. This is interesting. On the computer too much. Can manipulate the world. Is a very kind-hearted individual. Constant bags under his eyes. Probably secretly has a gigantic dick, but doesn't know what to do with it. So yeah, you're gonna go here. Yep, awful. Awful. In love with his own sister who's not even alive. Murderer. Multiple-time murderer. Kokichi, honestly, would get fucking obnoxious after a while as his significant other. As a character in a video game, playing it, he's awesome. As his significant other, I would get so goddamn sick and tired of that shit so quickly. Sounds a lot like me. Oh yeah, that's right, he had all the kills before the excessively multiple. Also, he looks Compared to some of the other people on this list, he's a little... His sense of style's good. I think his hair is really cool. I like the purple shade to it. He can be really funny. He can also make you feel like absolute dog shit. So, yeah, as much as I love Kokichi as a character, holy shit would he be awful to be married to. And, like, maybe he would treat you better if you were his significant other, but we have no real way of knowing that. He doesn't really treat anyone well, per se, in the game. They're all just tools to him to some degree. He had a lot of friends, but there are a lot of terrible people that would be awful in relationships that have a lot of friends. All we know is that he's charismatic. That's all that means. But that's part of it, though. Like, I wonder if that mask is something that he carries around with him everywhere, including relationships. That wouldn't be... That's not good. You have mentioned that before. Kid, this guy, I like his style, but he only cares about one person, and it ain't me. So, and it's somebody who's fucking terrible. Your taste in women are god awful. Leon sucks. It'd be like he'd be a sports star, so that's kind of cool, but he also hates his job, which is terrible. I like his style. He's an attractive dude. But he's also a gigantic douchebag. So... Maybe here? Maybe he's here. At least he'd be nice to look at. And I could just cheat on him because... he'd be gone. He's at 162 game season. That fucker's gonna be gone on the road a lot. Robotic bear. Robotic bear. Oh, man. I, as a very tall person, could not date a super short person. It would just... The logistics behind it are very problematic. Just from an... objectively speaking, the logistics are very problematic. But Ryoma's so goddamn cool. And, like, kind-hearted. And his voice... Oh, God, his voice. Play tennis with him, he'd kick my ass, but it'd be good exercise. He would care about me. I think he smokes, which is a big problem, but so did what's-his-face when he's up there. I don't know. Ryoma's really pushing the limit as to, like, maybe I could get over the height eventually. He also has that stare. If he stared at me like that, I would probably shit myself. Gonta, great sense of style, obviously always means very well. His whole thing are insects, which is a huge problem for me because I fucking hate insects. But super sweet. He'd be very attentive in bed. But the insect thing is a real problem. I do not want your insects around me. Also, like, he is very charismatic, but we would have to work on his speech a little bit. I need to be able to have eloquent conversations with my spouse. Kibo is a robot. As of this point in time, we cannot marry robots. Kazuichi Soda. You suck. But you'd be less annoying than Kokichi would be. But also, I wouldn't want you anywhere near my genitalia because your teeth are absolutely awful. So oral is like the risk of his tooth accidentally like scraping and cutting your skin, not ideal. Hey, the law's robophobic, not me. Also, the yellow fucking, ugh, disgusting. And I hate the people that are like, I hate the style of, oh, it's 90 degrees out, but let me keep my wool knit cap on, my wool knit beanie. Let me keep it on. No, it's 90 degrees. Fuck the law, fuck the robot. That shit, when it's time to legalize having sex with a robot, that should be the fucking slogan. And he's a fucking pervert, obviously, which... Too much of a simp dog. You ain't great. Shuichi. Very similar to Makoto. Like, they're attractive, but nothing, like, super attractive, and that's kind of the point. Good sense of style. Shuichi's issue is a very real-life issue that happens often, where there's a lot somebody has going for them, but they refuse to see it, and their constant negativity on themselves ends up wearing down and ends a relationship. Even though, besides this whole lack of confidence, everything else about the relationship seems like it should be perfect. And that's a huge problem. And that's just kind of an inherent personality trait that he has. It's something that maybe could change, but I'm not sure he's ever going to completely shake that. He's just like, compared to Makoto, I just don't think he's as good of a leader. He shrivels sometimes. Yeah, it's a real fucking thing. I've had that happen to me. So I know, and I know why it's obnoxious. And I still have that problem to some degree, but I try really, 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 really hard to not ever let that be a problem. Wait, who's this? Who's this? Well, Toa's loves children, so, and not in the appropriate way. So, fuck him. He was also god-awful terrible to his younger sister. He's a fucking prick. Juko's boyfriend? That's one thing I don't think I knew about Danganronpa 0. I mean, I don't know. He can put up with, he can be in a relationship with How does he die? Does Junko kill him? He's a brave soul. Of course. Well, he's willing to die for you, to be with you, so there's that. He's not unattractive. What was his talent? Because I might be able to justify putting him, like, here. Oh, I would love that. If you're not a psychologist, you would probably fucking hate it, but I would personally love it. Wait, now I have two different things. Those are two different things. Either way, I think they're both cool, though. Although I'm more partial to the psychologist. Neurologist is cool, though. I think that's good enough to put him here. Fuyuhiko. Mobster, which, I mean, say what you want. That's got a cool side to it, even though it shouldn't be at all. Love his fashion sense. If he wrongs me, he's willing to kill himself to make up for it. A little short. That's kind of that's a problem with him, and he has kind of the short man issue. But he's not a bad dude by any means. He just has a problem trusting people. Probably partially due to his, you know. I'm not a fan of his hair. He looks like he could look a lot better if he didn't go for that fucking, like, buzz or whatever. I don't know. Like here, maybe? So it's like, we know a lot more about him than Rantaro, at least. He's less of a risk than Byakuya, but, like, there's still risk to it. And I think Byakuya's upside is still way better than Fuyuhiko's. Hajime, rich family. He's got an awesome voice. His appearance isn't anything to write home about. God, it's kind of feisty though. He'll snap back, and I appreciate that. We're actually, I don't know. Are we talking about Hajime at the end of the game? Because he's still Izuru at that point. Which, like, he's an improved Izuru, but will he still find you anything more than boring? Probably more, not as bad as Izuru, Also, he's still good at everything. You'd still have a lot of the downsides with Izuru, except for he's like, he's a little more understanding as to, you know, why things the way they are, and he doesn't find everything in the world to be boring. This is really difficult. Because when I was thinking about him, I was thinking about him as like what you get through most of the game, and then in the anime. So yeah, I don't know. Because of the same issue, some of the same issues you'd have with Izuru, I can't really put him higher than B. He is the most powerful person in the world. Ifumi, your legs are you're not gonna be able to walk at some point because your legs are gonna snap at some point on your own weight. You're a fucking pervert. You simp in the most unattractive of ways. I do like your hobby. You could at least write interesting stuff for me to read. But your glasses are awful. Your hair's awful. I'd take the risk with Izuru over Ifumi. Ooh, this is really interesting. So Ultimate Imposter can be literally anyone you want him to be. And he's also like a legit good guy. So you know what? Fucking S. The only issue is that like, he still has his personality, but he's still mostly the other person's personality, which like is a little knock against him, but he can actually be anybody you want. Right, but fat. Although maybe he could lose weight, I don't know. But I believe it was that person. That he could apparently be Brad fucking Pitt, but fat, and I would totally believe that was Brad Pitt. Kid. Who's this? Oh, okay, I can respect that. I mean, that's the thing. Even with him being fat, he's still who he is. Being a little bigger ain't a problem. It just depends. The reason why Hifumi is ridiculous is more because of his proportions than anything else. Like he'd become 120% more attractive if his legs weren't walking sticks. Yeah, I don't know who the fuck this is. Anybody know who this is? I'll go to Mondo for now. So I hate the shit out of Mondo's hair. I hate the shit out of Mondo's personality. His little dick energy. He definitely has like a 2-inch penis. I do like his style. I like the JoJo style. He'd also protect you, but he also could possibly be abusive. He killed one of his own friends, for God's sakes. So he is... But it seems like there is a reality where it could work out, because he does still have some good qualities to him. But yeah, otherwise he's pretty fucking trash. Oh, this person right here. I mean, yeah, if you like Lil Dick Energy, then Mondo's the best. I'm personally not a fan of Lil Dick Energy. I don't know, some people do. Some people like their husbands to have to bark as loud as they can because they're insecure about their dick size. I'm not First of all, I'm not gonna go based on something I've never played. That's just silly. Second of all, that shit's not canon either. So, I mean, you can think, oh, that's... If I were to say non-canon Mondo, then yeah, I could put him higher. I did that with Mikuro. I'm like, I don't even care. This isn't fair, but I'm using non-canon Mikuro because I love her character in the alternate reality. But I'm talking canon Mondo. Canon Mondo sucks. I don't know who this is, so I don't really know where to put them. I've talked enough about Hiro to know why he's trash. He's just fucking worthless. His hair is probably smells like dog shit. It's gross looking. He wears sandals. It's really unfortunate because he actually has an attractive face and like skin color, but like everything else about him is awful. He's chill, that's good. Even though he fucking sucks at his job, he can probably still make a ton of money off of it. Yeah, I mean, Hiro's not a bad dude. I just would get so goddamn annoyed with him. Why isn't Nagito on here? Yeah, Nagito's not on here. That's a good question. The only reason Teruteru is higher than Toa is because at least he's not after children. Otherwise, ugh. He looks awful. He drops some really funny lines every once in a while, but most of the time he's just insufferable. And he's gross and murderer. I guess he cares about his mom. That's good, so he'd probably care about you as his family. But yeah, I could not do it. We'll pretend this is Nagito because I don't know who the fuck this is. Nagito... is really lucky. He would be insufferable. Though in the same in a very similar reason as Kokichi. I hate Nagito's hair. He's hard to... He would be hard to look at. He's fucking weird. In a very entertaining way as far as the game goes, but like... no. He's way too... We'll put him there. We'll put him under Kokichi. Well, yeah, because he wouldn't die. You would die to save him because he's that lucky. And best husbando would be Chihiro. I love Chihiro so much. He's such a cute little guy. I mean, I considered him a waifu at some point, so. I did not do that with any of these other people on this list, so. That's saying something, right? Alright, yeah, this feels pretty good. I like this one. I might actually like that one. I might feel more confident about that one than my waifu one. Although part of the waifu one is because there were so many tough choices. There were less tough choices here. Apparently, I feel very confident in my taste in men.